Welcome to Maintainer's Garage. I'm Bags. Today we're going to be changing some trim on our 1999 Corvette. We got a little bit of water coming in the door and actually even coming in the cabin for right up here where this door sill, window, technically window sill, meets some of the body trim and the window. And it is old, hard, crappy parts of 99. It's 2024. That's 25 years. The new rubber that I have here, when you touch it, it's definitely more pliable. It's got some nice velvet, nice felt on it. Velvet Jones, exactly. And yeah, this doesn't look too hard to change. It's got one hole for, I'm assuming, a fastener. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 posts here. They may snap in, they may slide it. They don't look exactly like snapping fasteners. So that may snap in, that may slide, we'll see. But yeah, in order to change this, we gotta open up the door, roll down the window, take off the interior trim. We're doing both sides. Whichever side works out better, that's the side you're gonna see. So yeah, we'll go ahead and kick this off. We'll get the door open, get the windows down, and go from there. Just like the driver door, we've got this plastic trim panel. There's a little slot here and a slot there, 12 and 6 position. There's some plastic trim tabs. You take this, push down as you pull out, and this trim piece will come right off. You've got to remove this trim piece. Behind this door handle, you probably don't have the plastic trim piece that's supposed to be there. Most C5s don't. There are two 30 Torx tips there, and then around the door edge there are 5, 6, 7 plastic posts that have ridges on them. It's going to sound like they're breaking when you're separating them, but and then this will just lift right off. So first we'll start with this door trim, the door handle, door lock trim. I will show you on my little camera that so you can get a good visual of that. Right there at the door handle, you can clearly see that hole that screwdriver goes in at the 6 o'clock position. There's one right up here on the inside as well, and just push right in, done. So yeah, so just kind of pull the door handle out a little bit. You're going to put this screwdriver, flathead screwdriver down there. You're going to push and pull on the bottom at the same time, and that'll separate. And then you go to the top one, and just like that. Wait, did I not get the bottom? No, the bottom one's out. There you go. And just be gentle as you finagle it out. There's two 30 Torx tips behind this handle. Like I said, most of us don't have this plastic trim piece. You pop that trim piece off. There's 3 holes in the forward, aft, depending how you look at it, inboard, outboard. Holes is where the fasteners are, and they are easy to see and locate. I will not show them to you. There we go. And it's a little feeling for the hole, and you'll knock it out. Exactly. And if these fasteners don't come out all the way, as long as they're totally loose, sometimes they drop down into the door. You're pulling the panel off, it doesn't matter. And we'll get this other one. There we go. All right, some people remove the window door lock switch. I do not. So you can start anywhere right along here or up here, and I use a plastic trim removal tool. You can stick your hand in here in between the door panel and the door, and you can get your fingers on it and pull. Again, it's going to sound like it's breaking. It's totally fine. You want to hold the door while you're doing this. All right. Yep, perfectly normal. That is a total normal sound. There we go. And there's a metal lip right here, so you've got to lift this out and pull up. Be mindful of the cord for the window switch door lock. It is just a standard push down connector. It might be crusty, so you may have to like jiggle it, but it's just got a little tab you push on it. And I'm doing some stereo stuff and other things, so mine looks different. You should have a black rubber piece here. I don't have that installed yet because after I do this, I'm going to do some water checks to make sure it's good. But that's just me. I didn't say it before, but while you're here, you can clean and lube these seals and this giant rubber seal for the window. Simple green Dawn dish soap, wipe it dry, then Sill Glider dielectric grease, and just coat the snot out of it with the grease. Make it excessive. Let it sit on there for 20 or 30 minutes, then wipe it completely off. All right, so what we have here is our trim piece. We have one Phillips head fastener here, and as I learned on the driver's side, these posts, there's little tabs they push and slide forward and lock into. And you probably can't see it, but there is basically no felt there. There's felt there, there's none here, and there's a tiny bit there. So yeah, these are definitely due to be replaced. We'll get our one Phillips head fastener undone, grab the whole thing, slide aft, and then kind of wiggle and get it out of that channel. The glass right here is resting on this. Just be careful of that you don't pull or push too hard on the glass. And that old crusty piece is out. This top of the door here, go ahead and just wipe that down, clean that up. There's a channel there, little channel there, there. That's where those posts go, and slide and lock into place. And by wiping the top of this door panel down, you also help yourself with this, because you're going to have to slide it across here. This, it goes in like that. This lip here goes over this. You're going to have to kind of force it. You're going to have to kind of force it down in order to get those to go into those holes. And you just want to try to line them up as best as possible. And you're going to have to push the glass out in the middle portion to get those down. And what you may find is if you can get that outer lip on the door first, that rubber gasket, and then you push down to try to get those locked into place. And come on. And like I said, you just got to slide it in between the window and the door. It's kind of a pain. Like I said, once you got it, then you can try to get that seal on the door frame itself first. I think we're in. And then maybe if it will slide forward, you're in, but if it doesn't, you're not. There we go. And then it's just a matter of lining up the hole up front. I have to move this aft just a tiny bit. You may have to lift up on this lip just a tiny bit to get the screw started. And there we go. And snug that down. You can't tell I lubed this seal up. It's been soaking for about 30 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe it dry. And then I'm going to just test fit the door to make sure the window goes up okay without any issues. This door frame has a little metal channel here. That's what rests right inside of there. So you just kind of pop it and hang it on like that. But first I'm going to connect our connector so we can actually check our windows. After you get the connector connected, just kind of, you're going to pull the bottom out as you push down and angle it like so. All right, there we go. Now I can connect the battery and check our window. It goes up a little slower, but that is a brand new seal. So, but it goes up and goes down without any issue. So we're all good there. Okay, so we've done our leak check. Everything's good. We removed our door panel. I just want to talk real quick about these little locks, these little inserts. And so this is that's the post that goes into the door, on the door panel, excuse me. This is the female end that goes into the door. So on one of them, on the driver door, we had it break off. There we go. We had this plastic part, there we go. We had this plastic part that locks that in break off. So what I did was I got epoxy putty and built it up and made a base and secured it that way. And I've pulled this off and on twice now, and it's been good. Just be careful when you do this not to go too high, because if you build it up too high, when you go to block this in, that portion will stick out. It won't all the way seat. So just be careful about the height there. Then on the passenger door, this one on the fiberglass had rounded out and busted out. So there's two little locking tabs there that wouldn't lock in. So what I did was, using standard 2-part epoxy, I just put a thin seam right here, a thin amount right around this round edge, so when it butts up against the car, be careful you don't put an excessive amount that gets up on this end, up on these posts, because those are flexible. That's when this notched part goes in and out, that's what locks it in. So just make sure when you do the epoxy, you just get it on the inside, so when it gets fully seated like that, it's just got a little bit of epoxy holding it in. And nothing to it, just make sure your window's down. You've got a metal channel with felt on it that runs all along here. You've got to get that in first. Just make sure you can just line that up with the front, and then the back will just fall right in. And that's it. It's just falling into place just like that. And just push down on it to get it fully seated. All right, and then you just have to line up your little post. Well, actually, I goofed up. I forgot to connect our window switch. Then reach up and connect your window switch. If you've popped your switch out, that's fine. You can do it that way. If not, the tab, the push tab, the locking, unlocking mechanism is pointing that way. So that's how you know it's fully in there. We're good there. And then you just line up these posts to each hole. They're all lined up. Kind of pull the door towards you and hold it, and then you're just going to bang it really good. Like that. And now you're ready to put your trim piece back on and your two 30mm Torx. And I just looked and I always make sure, I always think the holes are higher up in here than they are. They're almost near the bottom of this cutout, and they're not that difficult to get into. It's just a matter of finding, and if you've put sound deadening on them, it can be a little more challenging, but if you just keep hunting and kind of pushing just gently, it'll get right in there like swimwear. And you snug that one down. Same thing for this. Like I said in the beginning, most of these, there's a little plastic trim piece that covers these two access holes. Most C5s are missing those. I actually siliconed them in to my first car, and that worked out really well. If you just put a light bead of silicone in there and boom, it'll stay. But I don't even have them. I may not even put them in this car. These, you don't have to really do much to them. It's a press fit. Just pull the door in close to you, so when you go to push, you're supporting the door, you're not pushing against the stop. Boom, you're in there. And that's this. And I'm gonna go do the driver door. You don't need to see that. It's the same as this door. That's replacing this exterior window sill. If you've got some water coming in your door, it could be that. It could be your window tip-in. There's a lot of things it could be. And it could be a combination of more than one thing. This thing leaks like the frickin' Titanic. I've got a bunch of leaks. You're going to be seeing a lot of videos about leak repair. Heck, it's leaking where the top and the body meet. But that's that job. Thanks for watching Maintainer's Garage. I appreciate you. Have a great day.